And now it's time for the Legacy Maker Sports Postgame Report.
What's up, world? I'm Kristina Roulo, here in sunny Jacksonville, Florida. It's a hot one tonight. I'm with Legacy Maker Sports Network, and tonight we got a chance to see the Jacksonville Jaguars and Miami Dolphins in their final tune-up for the regular season opener on September 10th. Here are some photos and videos we captured from tonight's game. I'm Kristina Roulo, Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Yeah, I mean, that's, obviously that's what you hope, anticipate to, spread the ball around. I think everybody but Evan was able to get a catch, those first two drives. But, it's what you want. I mean, Kristina came up with a big fourth down for us there and kept the drive alive. And, obviously we talked about Zay and Calvin and TJ and Tank ran hard. Give credit to the offensive line too, for the way they protected, the way they blocked. Just well executed by the first unit.
You talk about the next 3 days. You got some tough decisions to make with the cuts. The backups have looked awfully good all 3 preseason games. And do you start talking to some of these guys tomorrow, or will you wait until Tuesday to make the final cuts?
I feel like our young guys have played extremely well. And they've really embraced their opportunities and made the most of their opportunities when they had chances in these 3 preseason games, and my hat's off to them for how they attack training camp. And yeah, you're right. This is a tough time of the year for 32 clubs. You've got to get down to 53, and you disrupt the lives of so many players and so many athletes. But we've got a chance tomorrow actually to get through the tape. We have a family barbecue lunch planned tomorrow for everybody, on the football side, players, coaches, everybody, and we're going to enjoy that. And we're going to get through tomorrow. And no, it's just something that he kind of tweaked his right groin in practice the other day, and we warmed him up the last couple of days. I took him out before the game, and just felt like in the best interest of him and our team, and him being the starting left tackle, I didn't want to risk it, and set him back or set our offense back. So just precautionary kept
our offense 164 yards on the first under 2 possessions. Operated very clean except for the fumble in the red zone. You just talk about, and Trevor used every single one of his weapons on both drives. Did you just talk about just how you felt the first team offense looked?
Obviously, I thought they came out in the right frame of mind, knowing that they were playing in this football game, so they've had, obviously time to prepare for it, and just they attacked it the right way, that's what we wanted to see as an offense. That's what I wanted to see, was just, the execution, and it started up front with the offensive line. I felt like, we were playing on their side of the ball, on their side of the line of scrimmage, for those first couple of drives, and both TJ and Tank did a nice job in the run game. Trevor, as you mentioned, dispersing the football. A fourth down conversion in there. Not many third downs, which is obviously.
And I don't know how much he might have caught your eye tonight.
Trayvon has really he's really attacked this training camp. He came in right frame of mind several weeks ago, and he knew he had to develop obviously pass rush, and we know what he can do setting the edge, and I think tonight too was just a good way for him to kind of finish camp and sort of catapult him into the regular season. So pleased where he's at, pleased where the defense is at. Obviously, I know the young guys created some takeaways today, and our defense stopped when they had to in the red zone. Kept them field goals, which is good, and pleased with the whole unit.
Just compare the 2 preseasons now that you've had here since this one come to an end. It seems like last year establishing culture, trying to figure out what you had, something staff and all that. This year everything was already pretty much installed, and it seems like the results have been a lot smoother, especially in the offensive side of the ball.
It has, and it's the right guys in the locker room, quite frankly. A lot of guys returning from last year. They know how They know how I like to operate when it comes to practices and training camp, and make it as difficult as I can, on them during training camp. And they embraced it, and they did a nice job. Very proud of everybody, in training camp. But it's the leadership of the locker room that really shows up, in year 2. And I feel like that as a head coach, I don't necessarily have to motivate these players. They can motivate themselves now, and that's a good sign. That they can take that upon
Talk a little
themselves.
bit about the.
He's the mic.
Go ahead.
12 first downs on your first 2 drives tonight. How were you guys able to get in such a great rhythm so quickly?
Yeah, well, first I just want to, send out thoughts and prayers to David Davis. Obviously, not anything you want to see. I just would appreciate that from everybody else too. Obviously, tough seeing game you all love and play, and see a guy go down like that. I know we're all thinking about it. I just wanted to say that before we start. But yeah, what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Just about finding a rhythm so quickly tonight. Were there anything you can put your finger on as to why you guys were able to get 12 first downs on the first 2 drives? I mean, you guys almost didn't even face a 3rd down.
Yeah, I think, it's a combination of a lot of things. I thought we did a lot. We changed it up, showed a lot of different looks. I think we had a good plan going in. We had a good scheme this week, and took advantage of some stuff that they were giving us. And guys in the
first 2 drives, you used every single one of your weapons. 24 plays, 164 yards. Could you just talk a little? Is that pretty much how you want it to look, where everybody gets involved? It's not just relying on 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean that's ideal. Obviously, I mean when you game plan and you go into a game, obviously there's certain matchups you might want to take advantage of. But ideally, you kind of spread the wealth. You get everybody involved. You use all the guys that we have, because we have so many playmakers. And it doesn't always go that way, as we know in the season. Things can turn out differently in games. You just do whatever you can to win. But today, it worked that way, and that's always good when it does. It's good to get everybody involved, and I think the guys played great.